Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie. Boogie down Bronx. Hold on, let me adjust that microphone. Oh, wait. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Because it was turned up a little bit louder than I thought it would be. Okay. Hopefully that didn't mess up anything. Let me start over. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Scorpios. Scorpio, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Scorpio as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Whew. All right. Quick shout out to my Patreon. I'm doing a lot of stuff on Patreon for December. I'm going to be doing a free giveaway where I do that. I used to do them like every month, but I kind of slowed down. But I am going to be doing a free Christmas giveaway. If you're on there, you have a chance to win some prizes. I'll probably be giving away maybe some decks, some oils, some candles, some books, some notebooks, some different things. So if you're subscribed, look out for that, as well as my early access readings. I've been posting a lot of early access content and my extended and exclusive content. So shout out to the Patreon. Go sign up, subscribe. If you ever need some extra guidance or some help from me, or you have questions about a reading, you can subscribe there and send me a message directly, and I will answer it for you free of charge. So yeah, y'all gonna get tired of me in this hoodie, but this is literally my favorite hoodie. I love burgundy. Burgundy's my favorite color. So, if you want to get me a burgundy Christmas gift, you know what I'm saying? I got a P.O. box. I don't even think the P.O. box is up there. Anyway, Scorpio, y'all voted for this reading to be posted today from my Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram at BXKnowsBest, I do polls to see which videos y'all want to see. Sometimes I'll give y'all some options, and y'all voted for Scorpio, which I am grateful for because I am Scorpio, moon and rising. So we're going to flip over your cards. I already did a pre-shuffle for the Blunt Truth deck, and let's see what we got here, okay? Great. Okay, so we have another sad love story for December, and then we have pregnancy. All right. Let's continue. Let's clarify another sad love story. Why is that here for Scorpio in December? I keep wanting to say September. I don't know. Something significant happened in September, but another sad love story. Can we clarify that? Not the one. Okay. Pregnancy. Clarify pregnancy. I don't really understand how that ties into something to celebrate. Okay, so this kind of feels like it's something different from this other thing here. You have pregnancy, and then you have something to celebrate. So, of course, you could be celebrating a pregnancy if you have somebody that you know is pregnant, or you're pregnant, or a pregnancy can just be the birth of something new, the creation, the start of something new that you have going on here. But another sad love story, and not the one. It could be that some of you were dealing with somebody, or, there's something that you were involved in, and you're realizing that that wasn't the right person, or the right situation, or the right whatever. So let's get more into that with what we need to know about that for Scorpio. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, south node, with another sad love story, and not the one. Came out the gate swinging. Tell us about that. I'm not a Scorpio, moon and rising anymore. This doesn't apply to me. Tell us about another sad love story, and not the one. Oh, you have liar. Envy. Tell us about this here. For what Scorpio needs to know with this energy. Inner child trauma. Okay. Rejection. Okay, so for some of you, you will be dealing with some form of rejection from an individual or particular person you have, unrequited or unbalanced. Okay, that was at the top of the deck. But yeah, in Sag season or in December, you might find that somebody, possibly somebody rejects you, or even you reject somebody else based on some inner child trauma type of situation, right? But like, the reasoning behind why somebody does what they do is usually a lot deeper than what we think or on surface level. But you may find that somebody could be lying to you. There's a liar amongst you, or there's been some type of deceit or envy or something like that with this rejection here that kind of forces you to focus on self-love, or like you may end up rejecting somebody else out of inner child trauma or whatever the reason is. Let's see if we can get some more info on that rejection aspect. What is the rejection aspect here for Scorpio? What is that pertaining to? Confession. What is that rejection? Oops. What is the rejection for Scorpio? Somebody telling you no, or something that... Tell me more about this. Forgiveness. Change. Okay. So, yeah, I do see for you, Scorpios, a type of rejection or an offer that you reject being of significance here. Because either you, or like I said, it can go vice versa. You or somebody else realize that this situation is not one of which that aligns with you. Could be long term, or maybe it's something that was like a fling situation and you're like, I don't know if this resonates with me long term, right? But you have forgiveness, and then you have marriage or life partnership. You have meant to be. So if any of you Scorpios out there are facing a rejection right now, or you happen to face a rejection in December, it's a situation where it's not one of those things where you need to take it so like to heart. It's just like okay, it wasn't meant to be type of thing. Or, maybe this is just something that I want it to be long term. But I'm really understanding and I'm really seeing that it cannot be long term, or like maybe something that you want it to be long term with a particular person or a particular situation just shows up to be, it's not something that was meant to be long term. And so, that could just be a hard thing to deal with in itself. Now, what is the advice? And I'm going to look in the tarot to see more about this. What is the advice here? You have healing. Ask for help. What's the advice for Scorpio dealing with this? New job or increase. It seems like a situation where like one door closes, another door opens for you. So like, depending on like what side of the spectrum you are on, if you are the one that had to like reject somebody else, you may have a sense of guilt for doing so when you're realizing like, oh, this is not it type of thing. Or that you still have some healing to do. You have ex or past love. It could be a situation where you feel like you need to still heal. You got some unfinished business to attend to, or somebody else feels like they still are not ready, or they still got some healing to do before they can move forward. But there is a healing aspect involved. Okay. And I have to address it on both sides because, again, it can go either way. I'm not sure which side of the spectrum you fall on or they fall on. But it does seem like could be some sort of ending as well as something to celebrate. So it's like a good news and bad news situation here. Like the good news is there is going to be an increase or a new job or a promotion or something like that. And like the bad news is there could be a potential breakup, rejection, or something along those lines. So good news and bad news. Or depending on if you look at it as bad news, some people get happy about breakups, or they feel like a sense of relief in the beginning, So let's look more into this. What can Scorpio placements expect? Not the one, or the other sad love story, or something rejection. What is it for Scorpio here? What is that about? What or who is this about? Could be about an Aries placements, a Libra placement, possibly. Something that you find is or was unbalanced, unrequited for a long time. Tell me more about this situation. For Scorpio. But not the one. Oops. All right. So it really doesn't look like this is something, because I don't see any like Three of Swords here yet or anything like that. So it doesn't look like it's something that was like, oh, something like really blew up in your face. Obviously it could have, but I kind of feel like this is something you already knew. Like it was kind of a long time coming situation where it's like you didn't want to see the truth, or you didn't want to believe it about a certain person, that they weren't the one, or that the situation wasn't quite ideal or right for you. I feel like with Scorpio energy, it's hard for us to emotionally change before we are ready. It's a fixed water sign, and fixed signs hold energy and stabilize energy, and it remains. So a lot of you had like your energy set on a particular person for a long time, but now you're kind of being like forced or like pushed into really understanding like that energy is not meant for you, or it's not going anywhere. Like it's just stagnant possibly. But I just see some disappointment here. I see some sadness, disappointment, Five of Cups, that something did not work out, or that something was unbalanced or unfair, or it ended the way that it did. Maybe they couldn't give you what you wanted, or you couldn't give them what they wanted. And so therefore there is this sense of regret or sadness or rejection that is playing out here. But I don't feel like it's a bad thing necessarily. I feel like it's for the better. You have Ace of Cups. It seems like it's something that it really leads you to a better place. And for a lot of you, it doesn't look like it was just horrible. It just looked like it was just a matter of like kind of going in circles about a certain situation or a certain person. Like it wasn't really going anywhere. Like it was start up and stop and start and stop, a cat and mouse type of thing, a hot and cold type of thing, a runner chaser type of thing. So for whatever reason that is, you're like facing that sadness or that regret. And this kind of coincides with the love reading I just did on Patreon, talking about like right person, wrong time, but it's really, there's no accidents for when you meet somebody. So everything happens for a reason, and why you meet them, even though it might not work out, it doesn't mean that it was the wrong person necessarily. Maybe wrong for romance or whatever you wanted for, but you were meant to meet this person. So I do feel like a lot of you guys were meant to have a certain relationship with somebody, but the relationship that you had, you're feeling the regret of it now, that it did not go the way that you wanted it to go for some reason, but something else is right around the corner after that. So it's not like you're going to be grieving for a long time. I don't see that. I do not see that. Let's see, anything else? Any other advice for Scorpio? I might pull from this surrender deck real quick. Any other advice for Scorpio with this energy here? Surrender your fear of intimacy. I really want to know if it's you or if it's them. I don't know who it is. Is it you or is it them that you, I don't know if you self-sabotaged or not. I'm trying to figure that out. Because, sometimes, Scorpio, we are creatures that literally we crave intimacy, but we have such a hard time with trusting people that we can ultimately push them away. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Let me see if I can figure it out. Because I don't know. Is it you or is it them? You tell me in the comments. Is it you or is it really them, where you're like, okay, I worked through my intimacy fears enough to know this is just not a situation that's right for me? Or is it a situation where the person was getting too close and you pushed them away? I need to know. Which one is it? You have new career path. Yeah, something about your career is really about to take off here, though. Even if love is not looking the best, you have there's something better. Okay, you know what I kind of feel like it is? I don't feel like it's you self-sabotaging this time. I actually don't. I do feel like you guys are in this place of realizing that sometimes you chase emotionally unavailable people, and that stems from a fear of intimacy. Okay, so the other story can resonate with you too if you're like, oh yeah, I did self sabotage. But I don't feel like that's what's happening here for a lot of you. I feel like a lot of you are finally realizing that the person that you have been chasing for a long time, or that you've been off and on with, and why you've been off and on with this person, or there's a situation that you really want to go a certain way, it's because you're always chasing that like unavailability type of thing. So now you're like, okay, I need to actually find someone or find something that is available for me up front, that wants to be with me, that is reciprocated with me. There's something better, right? So a lot of you are seeing that you had this fear of intimacy, even though you're wanting it from a certain person, but like sometimes when that person actually shows up and is ready to give it to you, you don't really want it anymore. And that shows that there is some type of healing, some type of trauma that needs to be done here. Okay. You have failure to commit. Some of you have been chasing a person that refuses or is not committing to you. And you're really trying to face that energy that this is not the one. And you're like, why am I still hung up on somebody that rejected me? Or why am I still hung up on somebody that that isn't good for me or that hurt me, instead of people that are available? That's where that healing comes in. So, it is sad to finally have to grieve that and grieve, the part of you that wants that validation. But you're going into something better, something to celebrate here, like I said. All right, any other advice for Scorpio placements? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. Why is the Seven of Swords here for advice? Why is the Seven of Swords here for advice? Ace of Cups reverse, Six of Cups. Yeah, I do see that there is some definite inner child healing that needs to be had here, to where you focus on people that want what you want and that can reciprocate what you are able to reciprocate. Especially because you have Libra in your 12th house. Like Scorpio has natural Libra 12th. And if you're a Scorpio rising, you have Libra 12th. A lot of your relationships will have this like unbalanced aspect to it, or like the subconscious way of which you approach relationships, that if you have a lot of subconscious healing to do, or inner child healing, then it will affect your relationships. So looking at like your relationships here, where you're like, this person that I've been like really chasing, or I've been like stuck on because they don't want me back, or I was rejected, or it's like unbalanced and I'm still here. It's stemming from something deeper. It's stemming from some intimacy issues, where I could literally find somebody that wants what I want or is able to reciprocate. But it does require you to stop avoiding that healing, that inner child healing. It requires you to stop avoiding that self-love, looking for love outside of yourself and validation from individuals who don't choose you. A lot of you get caught up on that, right? Or you're chasing people that don't want you, or they ignore you, or it's like it makes you want them more because you're like looking for that validation here. So learning to celebrate yourself more, Six of Wands, and know what you deserve, Seven of Wands, and like putting that block up, and you like setting better boundaries. Like, no, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. A lot of y'all need to hit somebody with that. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Y'all need to hit somebody with that, Scorpio. Go ahead to someone else. Go ahead to if you don't. I had to take it there. I had to take it there because I'm tired. Go ahead, sing it. Oh, yeah. Okay, but seriously, a lot of y'all need to hit somebody with that. Like, y'all have somebody here or a situation here that you've been entertaining off and on, or like you really want this validation, or if you finally get this person, you'll feel like such an ego boost. But this is not the person that you literally have to chase all around the world, the person that you have to like beg and plead to give you the bare minimum, the person that you have to like fight for, and you're just like, there's no balance, there's no long-term reciprocation. That's not the one. That's not the one, babe. So this is what we're learning. We're letting go of that. And it's like you're facing the facts that those type of people are not the one. And it's something you have to heal within yourself, why you chase those people or why you entertain those people. All right. So thank you, Scorpio, so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.